Now, finally, the Wiper Party leader, Honorable Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, has come out clear that he's no longer going to support the ODM leader, Raila Odinga, in case the name Raila will be on ballot in 2022 general election. Now, this is coming at a time when, number one, the ODM leader met Kalonzo Musyoka at the burial of Kalembe Ndile, the former member of parliament of Kibwezi constituency. During that burial, the politics played out, and it is signaled clearly that there is possibility that Kalonzo and Raila might reunite ahead of 2022 general election back in NASA coalition. Again, also number two, this is playing out at a time when Kalonzo Musyoka met President Uhuru Kenyatta with a delegation from Mukambani at State House, Nairobi, Kenya, where also politics played out. And now, during an interview with NTV, Kalonzo Musyoka pointed out clear, and I can quote him. This is what he said: "I will be the most stupid person on earth to support Raila Odinga for presidency for the third time without a measure of reciprocity." That is Kalonzo Musyoka. Now, before I go deep into that explanation, because now this is politics, you might be watching me for the first time and you have not yet subscribed. My humble request is please consider to subscribe so that any other time, once I come out with a video like this one, you will always get notified. And to everyone who has subscribed, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Actually, the more you subscribe to this channel, the more you help us to reach more people outside there. And to all the returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming back again. Now let us get back to our discussion. Now, this is not the first time Kalonzo Musyoka is castigating ODM party or Raila Odinga. He was clear one time that because of the behavior of ODM, he is no longer ready to even work closer with these individuals. And now he's here telling us that he better retire than support Raila Odinga in 2022. He goes on to say that One Kenya alliance is still there and is ready to go all the way to the ballot. So according to Kalonzo Musyoka, he still believes that Oka can still make it another way for them to get to the power or to be on ballot in 2022. There was Gideon Moi, Kalonzo Musyoka, Musalia Mudavadi, and Senator Masika Wetangula. So Gideon Moi is now with Raila Odinga. They remain the three, the key players who were in NASA coalition. So with the Kalonzo statement, and if I refer to Musalia Mudavadi, then according to them that Oka is still there and they are going up to the ballot. So what is some of the reason that is making Kalonzo to differ with Raila Odinga or even refuse to offer himself as a running mate to Raila Odinga going to 2020 general election? So it's clear. He says that ODM killed NASA after its Secretary General, Sifuna, announced that the alliance was dead during the Kibera by-election. If you remember the statement from Edwin Sifuna, the reason was simple, that Musalia Mudavadi had failed a candidate in Kibera and Senator Masika Wetangula had a candidate in Kibera. The question is simple. During the 2017 general election, these individuals agreed that every party can fill a candidate anywhere, and that's why even ODM was able to fill candidates even up to Vihiga and any other places. So according to Kalonzo Musyoka also, ODM party has become insincere with bad mouth and bad faith. That issue of mouth, I think, is largely referring to the ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, who was outside there every time bashing on NASA principles, telling them on how they're just hanging on ODM party just to get helped and crying outside there. So I think that is what he's referring to. And now when he's talking about the insincerity, that means Kalonzo is talking about the sharing of revenue for the party. Remember, they had a memorandum of understanding whereby they agreed on how they're going to share revenue in case they get it. So ODM took everything, and up to now they have never received anything from that kit. So that's what is referring to the insincerity. So going forward, Kalonzo Musyoka has come clear that he is no longer going to work with Raila Odinga or even move closer to NASA. According to this individual, that NASA already died, and that is what informed them to go ahead and form One Kenya Alliance. So this is Kalonzo Musyoka, and that is what he is alleging outside there. Then we come here to ask other questions. What are the other possible reasons that made Kalonzo Musyoka to come out with this statement here? Now remember, Musalia Mudavadi is with the Kalonzo Musyoka in One Kenya Alliance. And therefore, if these individuals were to move back to NASA coalition, already Musalia Mudavadi had come out clear when he was in Mombasa that there's no way NASA is existing or is ready to be a NASA coalition. So that informed the fact that Mudavadi was not ready to get back to NASA coalition. So Kalonzo Musyoka sees himself as the only individual who is heading to NASA coalition, because remember, Senator Wetangula is with Musalia Mudavadi. So let's assume Kalonzo get back to NASA with Raila Odinga, then they get to ballot as a running mate. And then Musalia Mudavadi remain there with the Senator Masika Wetangula, then gang out with other individuals who might join them in One Kenya Alliance. They get to the ballot, then they come as that, and they force a rerun. That means Raila will be on ballot in a rerun with William Ruto, then he need a backing of maybe Musalia Mudavadi. So that's the question I might ask here. So where does this one leave Kalonzo Musyoka in that realignment? So Kalonzo checking into this, then this might be one of the reasons that inform him to stick to One Kenya Alliance. Another issue that could have informed this is what Robert Alai has referred to as raising its standard for bargaining. That's what Robert Alai said, that Kalonzo Musyoka is just raising his standard to bargain for position in NASA coalition in case it will be there. So that one could be other reason, because these are politicians and every time they have to play politics. And another reason here that I feel could have informed Kalonzo to go that way is simple. Kalonzo also wants to be the next president of the Republic of Kenya. In that reason, he also needs Raila Odinga or President Uhuru Kenyatta to endorse him for that position. So he feels in his own way that I have supported Raila Odinga twice without giving up. And then after this, I was also mistreated. So at the end of the day, the only good thing Raila and his team could do is to endorse me as the preferred candidate going to 2022 general election. So that also is another possibility that pushes Kalonzo Musyoka to reiterate in that manner. So going forward, if I go with the words of Kalonzo Musyoka and the stand that Musalia Mudavadi is taking with the Senator Masika Wetangula, it is clear that these leaders might be still in One Kenya Alliance and they might not be ready to get back to NASA coalition, since they feel that ODM want to be dominant and it want to dominate everything over them. They don't see a situation whereby ODM could come down to negotiate with them. Let's assume, what if they ask ODM to settle down all the revenue issues that they have had from since they had the election in 2017 up to date? Is ODM ready to do this? I don't think so. So that is one of the reasons. So these individuals have been running their party through other helps and the party contributions. But ODM has been enjoying resources being funded by the taxpayers to run their affairs in their party. So these are the reasons that is making it hard to reunite back these leaders to One Kenya, to NASA coalition. So I see Raila Odinga as a person who is sent back to the drawing board to hunt for a running mate in case Kalonzo will not be there. So my simple question, if Raila might not have Kalonzo Musyoka, Musalia Mudavadi, and Senator Masika Wetangula. Remember, all these three individuals are party leaders with the elected leaders on those parties. What is the other solution for Raila Odinga? Is it Gideon Moi? I think Gideon Moi is just coming there with perception. That's why every time I tell you, when you see Gideon Moi having a meeting with Raila Odinga, there is nothing ODM leader is gaining from that. But instead, Gideon Moi is the one gaining because he's raising his political muscles and standards going forward. So I see Raila Odinga on a hard situation of looking for a running mate because Kalonzo Musyoka was an easy go. Once you have Kalonzo Musyoka, then try to negotiate with Musalia Mudavadi and bring him on board. I think that was ready, set to go. And this could have been the easiest way to deal with William Samoei Ruto in 2022 general election. So going forward, we are going to monitor to see how politics are going to play out. If One Kenya Alliance will continue being there, or they will resolve to get back to NASA coalition. Kalonzo Musyoka can change his mind. I don't disagree with that. Kalonzo can change his mind and get back to NASA coalition, or they form something new to use in 2022. But I'm doubting Musalia Mudavadi if he might be available to get back to NASA coalition. So thank you so much for watching me up to this far. And there is one of my fans here, one of our subscribers, who is suggesting that we should change our name from NASA How to something else, and even the image that we are using, since this one depicts the NASA coalition only. According to him, we should have all individuals coming to subscribe to this channel all the way from, let's assume, the people in Jubilee and other individuals from other affiliated parties. So I'm thinking on that, and maybe soon I might come out with something new. We might change the name, but we are going to remain here to discuss politics. So the image might change and the name with time. Gradually, we are going to check on how to transit that one. So thank you so much, wherever you are, and thank you so much for that much good advice. I think that's the direction we are going to take forward. So tell me in the comment section, what do you think about the name we are using? Should we change? Now see you in my next video.